Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Kodian Barrett. It's now time for Frontline Business. Agriculture Minister Audley Shaw says the food security of the region now hangs in the balance as issues relating to plant health and climate change escalate. He says pest infestation on certain plants are seriously affecting income-earning commodities for Jamaica. Mr. Shaw highlighted the problem during the opening ceremony of the 11th Annual Caribbean Plant Health Directors Forum in Montego Bay, St. James on Monday.
All the traditional crops within the Caribbean that were major income earners have been affected by pests that have adversely impacted the economic performance of these crops. Coffee, cocoa, bananas, citrus, and sugarcane are just a few. We can all recall the Mocha disease that affected our banana sector and which wiped out the Gros Michel variety of banana in Jamaica.
The Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Stating, has reported that inflation reached 2.8% in the 12 months to the end of June. It says the rate was pushed by higher cost for food and fuel. Higher food prices were seen mainly for produce such as Irish potatoes, yams, carrots, lettuce, and onions. Consumers also paid more for transportation and electricity as fuel prices rose in June. A new report from the World Bank suggested that, on average, Jamaica would need 16 billion Jamaican dollars annually to cover losses from natural disasters. It is estimated that 9 billion Jamaican dollars would be required to address hurricane damage to public and private buildings. The report was officially launched during a ceremony in New Kingston on Monday and outlines proposals for the formulation of a country-specific comprehensive disaster risk finance strategy. According to the World Bank, the strategy would equip the Ministry of Finance with information and instruments to manage contingent liabilities posed by natural disasters. On the international scene, the European Union and Japan signed a huge free trade deal on Tuesday that cuts or eliminates tariffs on nearly all goods. The agreement covers 600 million people and almost a third of the global economy. It's also a major endorsement of a global trading system that is under increasing threat from protectionism. It will remove tariffs on European exports such as cheese and wine. Japanese automakers and electronics firms will face fewer barriers in the European Union. The dismantling of trade barriers stands in stark contrast to the approach taken by the President Donald Trump, who has imposed tariffs on a range of foreign goods and is threatening more action. Donald Tusk, President of the European Council, hailed the agreement as the largest bilateral trade deal ever. Mr. Tusk said relations between the European Union and Japan have never been stronger, and geographically they are far apart, but politically and economically they could hardly be any closer. According to the EU data, Japan and the European Union traded roughly 129 billion euros of goods last year. On the foreign exchange market, the US dollar is being sold for $131.93. The Canadian is going for $101.35, the pound sterling for $175.91, and the euro for $151.49. In Tuesday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 792 points to close at 315,560. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 49 stocks, of which 14 advanced, 26 declined, and 9 traded firm. The Junior Market Index declined by 6 points to close at 3,029. Stocks advanced for Cargo Handlers, Caribbean Cement, Everything Fresh, Express Catering, and Honeybun. Stocks declining are Access Financial, Burrito Investments, Berger Paints, C2W Music, and Carreras Limited. Stocks trading firm includes 1834 Investments, Consolidated Bakeries, Darimon Trading, Jamaica Money Market Brokers, and Jamaica Stock Exchange. Lasco Financial Services was the volume leader with over 2 million units, followed by Sagicor Group with over 700,000 units and Wisynco Group with over 500,000 units. News in oil. Crude oil futures steadied on Tuesday as the focus turned to falling inventories in the United States and further output constraints in Venezuela and Libya. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude settled up 2 cents at $68.08 a barrel. Brent futures rose 32 cents to $72.16 a barrel. After earlier trading as low as $71.35 a barrel, its lowest level since April 17. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Cody Ann Barrett. Regional stories are next after the break.